Okay, this is Mary's swing. Mary is a pretty new golfer, not completely brand new, but mostly new, and this was over the course of about 4 months. She's since been working with me for a little while longer, but this is a couple of swings I had saved. Mary, as she got going in her golf, needed a little help with her setup. We'll look at that maybe from the other angle. Tended to overswing a bit, let her arms collapse. And the results of that often, and even notwithstanding that, there's just a strong tendency Mary had that a lot of players have to kind of throw the club at the ball, and it works way away from the body there. And as you'll see in a minute from the other view, comes outside the ideal swing plane. And if we look at it now, so to Mary that feels like a very three-quarter swing. You can see it's a lot less broken down than that swing. And instead of such a throw of the club, now she's learning to keep her arm more extended and keep the club back there. You can see a very different angle there to this kind of a look. You can see more structure in the arms. I'd like to see more of that. We're working on more of that. One of these days we want that club a little bit more back here, but that's a lot of improvement for a few months. You'll notice Mary's weight's more on the left side now. And as she comes in, really nice structure in the arms, hands leading the club head. A beautiful position there versus the old position with lots of breakdown. And there's such a thrusting of the club head here. The arms are just coming apart. And very hard for Mary to hit a lot of shots solidly the old way. So now she's making much more consistent contact as she goes through. Again, much more extension through the ball. A byproduct of this improvement would be, and on this particular day they were doing a procedure on the range, we had to drop the net. But a byproduct would be the swing plane. Before I go to that, you can see her posture's improving. Still like to see Mary get bent forward more, but it's a lot better. She's not hanging back in her heels as much as she is on this picture. When we see players release the club head early coming down, many times we'll see kind of an attempt to attack the ball, and the club comes well above the ideal plane that would be more down in here. And you'll notice as she's worked on this, again, you saw the big changes from the other view. One of the byproducts of that is the club comes on a much more appropriate plane here, much more at the side of her body, not nearly so much down her neckline. And the real reason that's important is just the golf club's designed more like that. So we don't want to swing it on a very steep plane when it's designed more on this plane. So really nice improvements. And again, a chance to hit a lot of solid shots as she comes in versus this very broken down look. And inconsistency. We've done a lot of work on the pitching and sand play to help get her to this point, and she's a hard worker and she's done really well.